Hello, Tangers is Mad and welcome back to another new player's guide, and today we're going to start this episode with a word, and that word is meta. People throw it around quite a lot, that word. What they're trying to say is on each map, on this whole game, there's a set way of doing things, but it's generally the right way to do things. You know, certain tanks go to certain places on the map, and that gives you the best chance to win, but as you know, in the last year, as the player base has grown some ways and got smaller in others, the way things happen in this game has changed, and now there is really no meta most of the time, unless you're in a big platoon and then you create your own meta, don't you? Yeah, so one thing I've had to do is change the way I play, and I've tried to stop myself being a martyr. I'll always go and do the right thing at the start, and before I would just duke it out, you know, with whatever turned up, but now I try not to be a martyr. If it's gonna look rough, I bail. So T62A pushing up to take the hill, myself and a Leo PTA on our own, and I'm about to spot a couple of badass tier 10 heavies and I bail straight away. I made the decision, it's done now. I tell the PTA to follow me and he actually does. A TVP was going to come up as well, but still, us versus some tier 10 heavies probably wouldn't have gone our way. I have no gun depression and I struggle in tanks without gun depression. There was an E3 coming, but he was going to be another minute before he got there. So did I make the right decision? Well, to know that, I would have to do what I'm doing now and also have stayed up the hill to know what would have happened there. So I'll never know. But anyway, so I bailed from that situation. I didn't feel I was going to do any good up there. So no, now I'm going down Banana Road. And there's nothing here, and this is what I mean about metas. Perfect place for heavily armoured tier 10 heavy tanks to go and duke it out, and big alpha TDs. But there's nobody here. You know, years gone past this game, Banana Road was a really good scrap between the most heavily armoured tanks on your team, duking it out, side scraping off corners, and yeah, and there's literally none of the enemy's team here. So we know some of them went up the hill, and it looks like, there you go, they're lit up. A lot of their tier 10s on the railroad tracks. I wouldn't do it, and I expect most of you wouldn't do it. Anyway, so there's two enemy artilleries on the enemy team. And there's one lit up, can't get shots. But there's a Gui, and he was ready for me. Watch this, boom! Missed that shot. And now I'm going to make a really big scrub mistake. Look, red penetration indicator, but the penetration indicator does not take into account armour angling, and I didn't know the Gui's upper superstructure was actually that thick, to be honest. A bit of a mistake there, but because of the reload, got away with it. Anyway, so screw the new player's guide, cue the intense music. Enemy Action X, and this is a guy I've met before on my team here in the 430. Russian Wars. He's on the enemy team normally, he focuses me hard. He's a decent player, but luckily he's on my team. Anyway, so what's going on now? Oh, E5 Russian Wars has got him there, and I fire a snapshot, and luckily it keeps him there tracked. So I decide to just duke it out. Keep him tracked, I'm getting assist points. I'm on the way. Oh, T49 cruising's past. Hello mate. E5 down, now time to work on the T49. Took a hit from behind there, don't know what it was. This guy's going to be reloaded soon, but here comes Russian Wars. Boom, rams me instead of the T49. But we double tap him. And then there's an IS-7. Right. On the move, Russian accuracy, dart. Jink this guy, get him to turn. Auto aim like a scrub. And I get stuck. Wouldn't normally probably do this. And look, IS-7 goes straight through my turret. T62A apparently has the strongest turret in the game on a medium. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so this fight on my own probably wouldn't have won it, but with Russian Wars in support, we've just whooped some butt there, and that was fun. That's the most fun I've had in a while, so thank you very much Russian Wars for a nice bit of action there. So I went from 0 damage to top of the team by changing my decision. It may have been the wrong decision. You guys can let me know in the comments if you felt I should have stayed up there. seeing what was coming behind on the map, but I reckon I probably would have been dead by the time the E3 turned up. And the TVP is an autoloader. Once his clip is expended, he would have been no use to me either. And the PTA is just a PTA. Anyway, so cheers guys, let me know what you think about that in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. See you later!